Pistol caliber AR-15s tend to be, at least internally, identical, the vast majority of which forego the direct impingement system in favor of a more simplistic direct blowback setup. Now the problem with this is that it results in excessive weight and disproportionate amounts of recoil. And this is partially why no major manufacturer ever built a successful pistol caliber AR-15 in my favorite caliber, 45 ACP. Which is unfortunate because something that I've always wanted a company to make is a lightweight, reliable pistol caliber AR-15 chambered in my favorite pistol caliber, 45, that feeds from magazines that are both plentiful and reliable as well as affordable. But it seems the engineers at CMMG had a similar vision and have brought it to fruition with their newest addition to their product lineup. Enter the CMMG Guard in 45 ACP. The CMMG Guard is a 45 caliber AR-15 style rifle utilizing a new proprietary radial delayed blowback method of operation. At first glance, the Guard's bolt and carrier look like a traditional 5.56 bolt carrier group, but a closer look reveals just how different the system really is. See, the rear of the lugs on the Guard's bolt are actually cut at a steep angle that, when under pressure, prevents it from fully rotating, thus delaying the blowback process. Once the pressure inside the gun chamber drops to a safe level, the bolt finishes rotating and the carrier group travels rearward, cycling the action. Because of this delay, the pressure levels are low enough to not require the ultra-stiff recoil spring and hefty bolt normally associated with pistol caliber carbines. The benefit of this over direct blowback is a huge reduction in both weight and felt recoil because the mass of the rearward traveling bolt is significantly reduced. In fact, the Guard has only marginally more recoil than my MkX SBR, while only weighing in at 5.5 pounds, which is remarkable given its medium taper 16-inch barrel. And while the reduction in felt recoil is primarily because of the radial delayed blowback system, it's also because the Guard ships with a CMMG SV brake atop its 1/16 twist threaded barrel. And while most pistol caliber carbines don't need a brake of any sort, this included brake is surprisingly effective, as running the Guard with a sound suppressor resulted in perceivable increases to felt recoil. Another interesting aspect of this radial system is that it lacks a dedicated gas tube or gas system, instead utilizing the barrel to transfer the impulse rearward to the bolt carrier group. This means any handguard that doesn't attach at a forward point on the barrel is automatically free-floating, which definitely contributes to ideal barrel harmonics, which then translates into better accuracy. Now this whole system lies underneath and behind the Guard's full-length RK-M11 key mod rail, which is surprisingly light and contributes to the gun's overall excellent balance, which I've always felt is a critical factor to any gun's ergonomics. Speaking of which, the controls on the Guard are basically 99% AR-15. So much so that the pistol grip, bolt release, and even the trigger and charging handle can be replaced with standard pattern AR-15 versions. The only exception is the magazine release. Instead of a standard mil-spec mag release button, the Guard utilizes its own oversized push button release. It's so massive it'd be hard to miss, yet is difficult to accidentally hit, and lies flush with the lower receiver. Beneath this is a flared magazine well that looks distinctly not AR-15. That's because the Guard feeds from a standard Glock 21 magazine. It even includes a 13-round version in the box. While CMMG only recommends using standard capacity magazines for the most reliable operation, in testing I found that extended 25-round SGM tactical magazines functioned 100% with all rounds tested. This includes 4 brands of 230 grain ball, 185 grain Federal Hydra-Shocks, and even Hornaday's critical defense loads. And right there is where the Guard really shines, especially when equipped with a sound suppressor. It brings to mind one of my favorite metaphors for the 45 round, the flying ashtray. Moves slow but hits hard. What do I mean? Well, for home defense carbines, they should ideally be light, maneuverable, and here's the crucial aspect, chambered in a large enough caliber to reliably stop threats with minimal rounds on target. In addition to superb terminal ballistics, these rounds should ideally stop in whatever target they hit to prevent dangerous overpenetration. Thankfully, 45 hollow points tend to do a great job of dissipating their kinetic energy into whatever makes the mistake of getting in their way. Take this and couple it with controllable, lightweight, reliable system that feeds from inexpensive, reliable magazines, and you've got a home invader's worst nightmare. To be honest, the majority of AR-15 style pistol caliber carbines don't do a thing for me because, with the exception of their ability to function better with sound suppressors, they have no real advantage over a .223 carbine. That said, given the light recoil impulse of the new Guard and its solid terminal ballistics, it's a pretty easy sell. CMMG's Guard isn't going to be everybody's cup of tea. I mean, after all, some people just don't like 45 ACP, but for people that have a Glock 21 and love it and have always wanted a companion carbine that shares both magazines and ammunition, will find the Guard to be a must. Personally, I'm just happy to see more pistol caliber carbines in 45 ACP so that I can finally bring it to fruition my own vision of the future, which is a modernized take on the Delilah carbine of World War II. Sure, it might not be integrally suppressed, but it is semi-automatic, featuring detachable box type Glock 21 magazines, and equally as important, has some of the best ergonomics on the planet. Thanks guys. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more Burst Reviews.